London house prices are changing fast, and in 2026, the real cost to buy a home might shock you. Before you even think about saving a deposit, watch this. It could save you tens of thousands. Welcome to UK Property Authority, the channel where UK real estate meets real news. Every week, we expose the market's biggest shifts from housing prices to mortgage shocks, so you can make smarter moves. Let's get straight into today's update. Because London isn't just expensive, it's unpredictable. One neighborhood can be completely out of reach, while just a few stops away on the tube, you might find a price that suddenly feels almost possible. And that is why understanding the real cost, not the advertised cost, is more important than ever. Too many buyers make decisions based on outdated assumptions or old numbers, only to end up shocked when the actual bills start rolling in. So let's break through the fog and look at the real picture. The first thing to understand is that London has one of the widest price ranges in the country. You can find a small flat for under £300,000 in some outer zones, while a house in central London, that easily hits millions. But for most first-time buyers, the realistic target in 2026 sits somewhere between £350,000 and £600,000 depending on the borough, the size, and how close to the tube you want to be. And that number alone sets the stage for what you need up front. Let's talk about the deposit, the biggest psychological barrier. People often assume a deposit is simply 10%, but in London, the expectations shift. Many lenders prefer higher deposits for high-demand, high-priced areas. But the deposit is just the beginning. Because London buyers face something that a lot of first-time buyers in other parts of the UK don't do: stamp duty. Even with allowances and exemptions, the moment your purchase price crosses specific thresholds, the tax bill can grow fast. A home priced at £500,000 can easily carry a stamp duty bill of several £1,000s, and crossing into higher brackets pushes that cost even further. Many buyers focus so much on the deposit that this extra cost blindsides them. And then come the fees, the ones no one talks about during the search, but everyone feels at the end. Legal fees, conveyancing fees, mortgage arrangement fees, valuation fees, survey costs, and the inevitable moving expenses. In London, services often cost more purely because they're in London. A survey that costs £450 in Manchester might cost £600 in London. A conveyancer who charges £900 elsewhere might start at £1,500 in the capital. And slowly, quietly, the overall bill keeps climbing. Then there's the affordability checks. Buying a house in London isn't just a financial transaction, it's an interview. A long, detailed, intrusive interview with your bank. They don't just want to know your income. They want to understand your spending habits, your debts, your lifestyle, and even the stability of your job sector. Income multiples, usually between 4 and 4.5 times your salary, done. T always stretch as far as London prices require. You might earn £50,000 and assume that gets you a certain mortgage. But after student loans, subscriptions, travel costs, and general spending, lenders might bring that number down, shrinking your buying power significantly. And this is where many buyers start adjusting expectations. Choosing outer zones instead of central zones, smaller properties instead of larger ones, flats instead of houses, older homes instead of new builds. And all of these decisions impact the final cost. For example, older London homes, which are often cheaper upfront, can hit you with higher maintenance costs later. A Victorian terrace might look charming, but its heating system, insulation, wiring, and roofing could carry surprises that newer buyers never expect. And that brings us to the ongoing costs that most first-time buyers forget to consider. A mortgage in 2026 isn't what it was years ago during historically low interest rates. Monthly payments vary widely depending on the rate you reoffered, and a difference of even 1% can add hundreds to your monthly bill. Then factor in London level council tax, service charges for flats, ground rent for leaseholds, home insurance, and the general cost of living in a city where nothing is cheap. Once you add all of that together, the real monthly cost of owning in London becomes its own conversation. But even with all the challenges, there's a reason people still fight tooth and nail to buy in London. The city isn't just a place to live, it's an opportunity hub, a career engine, a long-term investment. Property ownership in London has historically held strong value, and even when prices dip, demand eventually pushes them back up. People aren't just buying a roof. They're buying future security, future stability, future equity. And surprisingly, more people qualify than they think. Because the biggest myth about buying in London is that you have to be rich. You don't. You just have to be prepared, strategic, and realistic. Some people start with shared ownership. Some buy studios and climb the ladder. Some move slightly outside the city and commute back in. Some team up with partners, siblings, or even friends. And others simply wait for the right moment, the right rate, the right price, the right opportunity. The key is understanding what's actually required. Think of it like a puzzle. The deposit is one piece. The fees are another. The mortgage affordability test is another. Ongoing costs make up the rest. Put all the pieces together, and suddenly the picture becomes clear. Buying in London in 2026 isn't impossible. It is just misunderstood. Too many buyers start the journey confused. But the ones who get informed early save tens of thousands, avoid stress, and enter the market stronger. Thanks for watching UK Property Authority. If the video helped you, hit like and comment your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a major UK property update. See you in the next one, your authority on the UK real estate market.